Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Prescott looks to throw on first. Buying time to his left. And he's got some space here. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But I believe a Cowboy was there to get it. He was, and Dallas will maintain possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Trying to lay one up deep. This is caught inside the 15. And all of a sudden, they're knocking on the door inside Baltimore's 10. A big play here for the Cowboys. 46 yards. A first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 25th touchdown. Tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs?
And that's caught inside the 30. They give him a gain of 37.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Flush to his right. That's complete. Right around the 8. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. From the gun, it's Jackson rolling to his right. And he slings one that's incomplete. So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and, get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more NFL seasons.
Could change.
Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, they can have a much better study and a much better case of what we're going to do. So
Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Hey, 47. Good. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially given 15. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney.
Play action. It's Jackson. This is Bell on the dump off. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and he just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those back. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will bring this all the way up to the 30-yard line.
Well, this win is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the 1st quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. He'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Reggie Ragland not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
When the defense wins and gets up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
3rd and long for Prescott. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. fourth down now.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the off. Following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson now off the bootleg, out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after that.
He's got the speed. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Le'Veon Bell with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion.
No. Check. Patriot.
From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. 2nd down, Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. They give to Elliott. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defense. I think it's looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
On third down, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
On first and 10, it's Jackson. Goes underneath for Bell. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
To throw is Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Shepard. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. A big play here for Dallas. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
Prescott now on second down. Going up top. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Prescott from the gun on third. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. It didn't happen on that play.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
They go play action with Jackson, and that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Fielded at the 20. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Dancing to his left. Now he'll turn and throw a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. 1 minute, 53 ticks left to go in this first half. We're back to Baltimore after this. After the interception, here's Jackson on the move to his left. The throw left side complete to Hogan. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. 49 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up first downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Tyrone Crawford coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Now Jackson on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense, because you've got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback. in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, they'll give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in.
An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. So we're at halftime here in the Inner Harbor with the hometown Ravens on top. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Jackson from the shotgun. Being chased out left. Now he'll throw deep left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. First position. Possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Alex Okafor in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. A second down throw for Prescott. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary have really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Prescott forced out to his left. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
Again, it's Bell.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The Ravens on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Flacco looking for his first toss. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Out of the gun, here's Prescott, escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Lambeau will put this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. The 3rd quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. And they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again.
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. They'll go again with Bell. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. And he fires one, but incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Might have needed just one more block as it stands, 37-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A first down throw for Prescott. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down. Tony Jefferson in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here we go, kill. Here we go, 47. Gun. 26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking deep downfield. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. It's a big play for the Cowboys on 3rd. 45 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They come out here in the eye. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Now Prescott. Buying time to his left. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. Now Prescott on 4th down. Flushed out right. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Allen Hurns, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys have cut it to within a score. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
It's Le'Veon Bell. It's a foot race. 20, 10. It's a big run that time by Bell. 73 yards. So all the way down close to the goal line. Good blocking up front. Helped to spring him.
When this drive is over, he's got to get to the bench and sing Kumbaya with the offensive line, doesn't he? Big-time openings for him. Gets him all the way down to the 2-yard line. Let's see if they can pound it in.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Prescott from the gun. Now he's forced out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Prescott to throw it. He's going to let this one go deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Throwing, Prescott. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off at the 40, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field, so play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more, but a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw, steps away. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Sterling Shepard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cowboys offense heads back onto the field. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Throw left side complete. That's Gordon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Now he'll let it go deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 39 that time. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
And give him a full 10 yards there. 2nd and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will get them one closer. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now Flacco and the Raven offense come up 1st and 10 at about the 32. Here's Flacco. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off Byron Jones. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Prescott now. Dancing to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Alex Okafor in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. 2nd down, Prescott. Being chased out left. Letting one go deep. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. This is Bell on the dump off. Room to run past midfield. And all the way down to the 41-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. And just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
The 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. How about this? Flacco setting to throw it. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Anunwa the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. 3rd down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And that is incomplete.
Now, he's been a busy man out of the backfield. They've looked his way quite a bit so far in this game.
Nice job there defensively, though, adjusting, because a couple of his earlier catches, he was wide open. Not that time.
You mentioned the key word, adjustment. A better cover man on him now in space.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will get the lead up to 14. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. And now here come the Cowboys. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Looking to throw. Prescott. He's going to look. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Whoa, Flacco's going to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Well, right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Jeff Heath, the one to bring him down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. On the counter, here's Bell. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one. Now, after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. The give is to Bell. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it. I think this defense tired of seeing him run the football, and this D-line probably getting sick of the O-line as well.
And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking about a conversation I had with Adam Gase, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins in the offseason. He told me that he asked his running backs each week for their favorite runs. Give me your 3 top runs. And right now, you're seeing a guy that's probably using his top runs to great advantage in this game.
He is in a zone. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 3-score game late. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 2 points going up on the board.
And they're able to return this one all the way up to the 45.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception.
it.